Got to be happy to be here, doesn't he?
He loves the place. He's like me. He loves being in the company of people like yourself. It's a good place to be, isn't it?
It is, and we've seen him win from just about every box on the track. Box 5, no real issue for him tonight?
No, I think he goes well there. I think he's won half a dozen out of the guts boxes. I think he'll go well tonight. Had a little something on him. Just a bit of luck early, getting to the steel. He can win it, don't worry. He can.
Well, good luck with the old marvel. That is Gary Stunnon. Quick word from Luke Whelan as well. Luke, my name's Evelyn. She's been awesome since she's come back.
Yeah, no, she hasn't been too bad. Yeah, she's just coming back off a spell, so hopefully she can find the front.
Box 7 suit?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad out there.
Good luck. Cracking race to kick us off with the interviews, boys. Looking forward to chatting to everyone as the night goes on.
Thanks, Smithy. Is there at the boxes here for race 2 at the Meadows. For our Sky One audience, you would have seen that QR code pop up on screen for the inflated price for Saquon at $7. He's around $2.50, something like that, to win the maturity later on tonight. Get involved in that when you see the QR code pop up on screen throughout this evening. As for race 2 here at the Meadows, Nathan Mooney, who do you think wins it?
I went 1, 4, 7 and 5. I went Fabrication. I think he's starting to come into his own here. He's got to hold his spot in the initial 50 metres. There is a little bit of pace out wide and he does want to use a bit of the track. Zipping Menage back to the right sort of grade. My name's Evelyn's flying and Gary Stunnon always runs a cheeky race.
And Michael Tye.
7.
Yes, I'm with the 7. My name's Evelyn. She's well drawn out wide. I just want to see her get into the catching pen, stay out wide, be at full momentum, and her back half of the race should be super. And hoping Zipping Menage can do some of that grunt work from box 4 and cut My name's Evelyn off the 7 into the race.
That's the way the boys see race 2 here at the Meadows on maturity night. Let's get up with James.
Maybe just a step back in the right direction for her. They're moving in. Yeah, they're getting set. $3 here about Fabrication. You'd have to think Gary Stun on his overs at the $13. He does love it here at the Meadows. Not an easy assignment. Zipping Menage was good at Sandown last time. So there's a few hopes in the second race as they're set to run now. So the green light, race 2, second of 12 at the Meadows. Favoured in red, they're set. Off they go. Missed it. Fabrication's going to have to try and drive on through. Going out fast. Zipping Menage. Fabrication's getting that inside. And with a great recovery, he's going to go through and lead 2 of them down. Dishevelled. Gary Stunnon. They're both up and chasing. Into the back. It's Fabrication. A length. Zipping Menage, who drives up on the inside. 3 lengths to My Name's Evelyn, who's closing with big bounds. They're about 10 lengths in front to Shimmer Blush. And then My Gracie. And knurling at the end of the field. It's Fabrication. Zipping Menage. Coming at them. My Name's Evelyn, they hit it. Oh, that's close, really close. My name's Evelyn with a big stride at Fabrication, but I'm not sure she's made it. Might be Fabrication and knows My name's Evelyn. Very close though. 3rd Zipping Menage, 4th Shimmer Blush, and then My Gracie knurling, and the tumblers seem okay. Dishevelled and Gary Stunnon. Time tells the tale of the race. 30 and 78, a photo finish. The 7's got it on the outside. Wowee, My name's Evelyn's got this. Looking at it, gee, looking at the slow-mo, you'd almost go with the red, but...
Sharp suggesting a dead heat, but no. 7 in the frame, My name's Evelyn, and Corey Smith is with Luke Whelan.
Well, I was a little confused. I didn't know who to go to, whether to go to Graham Glass or Luke Whelan. But Luke, she showed how strong she is. That was a tough win after she ran up their backsides down the back.
Yeah, no, she definitely did it the hard way. Yeah, I wasn't too confident watching that from on the home turn.
She showed that back end strength. Is the plan to step her up over distance now, or you give her a few more 500s?
Yeah, no, she'll go up to 600 now. So yeah, try and jump her on the bunny, and she'll be a lot better dog on the bunny out in front. So yeah, no, next step 600.
600 and then 700, or take it race by race?
Oh no, the further she'll go, I reckon the better she'll be. But it was 600, and just see how she's hitting the line after that.
Oh, well, good luck. She's certainly come back in form. 4 wins on the bounce since a bit of a break.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for that.
There we go. Luke Whelan. My name's Evelyn. I didn't know who to go to after that one. Nice, nice close one there, boys. But what a ripper it was.
Yeah, close finish indeed. And in the end, My name's Evelyn gets the nod. Ty, you had her on top. Talk us through what was going through your mind where she landed here.
Yeah, well, I was very confident here. As I said, I didn't mind her being wide through that catching pen there because I knew she'll keep digging and keep coming with that fitness on her side. And, you know, Zipping Menage probably just did enough to annoy Fabrication there. But then, having said that, Zipping Menage, My Name's Evelyn also checked badly off hills there, probably a bit worse than I thought. Obviously, I knew something had gone on with 30.77 time, but yes, she's covered a lot of extra metres there, but fabrication was probably a little bit stiff. But myself and Nathan, I mean, there was a nose between us there, mate, with our top selections. So just the time was a bit of the...
Well, I think we nailed the race. 1, 4 and 7 were going to be the key factors. It was going to be a matter if the red could punch up, where the blue was going to lob early, and we knew My Name's Evelyn was going to circumnavigate through the first corner. Most probably what surprised me was coming past the 600 boxes, she actually wanted to drop down from being 4 and 5 wide to all of a sudden wanted to take a rails run, and she got on the back of...
I nearly fainted at that moment, yeah.
She got on the back then of Zipping Menage, and that let Fabrication pick himself up and get back to the front, but she balanced up, and she would have been a moral beaten in that race, Jay. She really got to the right spot. She just made the wrong move at the 600 metre boxes, and I thought live that Fabrication might have held on, but she had the full bob in and the momentum, and the time most probably didn't indicate how good of a run a couple of them runners were, but the three keys in the market ran 1, 2, 3.
And again, with the beaten brigade there, Zipping Menage, again, I feel like she's another race down still, and I'm still kind of not certain where she's at. Like, she was there again, but just found a couple beaten, and then it was in 30.77. So I'm not sure where she's at still. I'm almost more questions than answers, even though she's had another start tonight.
Yeah, well, she was there to win, wasn't she? She got under Fabrication down the back, match motors with him, and if they ran 30 and 20, you kind of forgive her, but 30.78, she was the one most probably out of the first and second runners, Fabrication and My Name's Evelyn, that got the least interference.
Yes.
She most probably got the cleaner passage and still couldn't win in 30 and 70 odd. So she's most probably slightly disappointing. I think you can take My Name's Evelyn and Fabrication going forward as handy types, genuine 500. Fabrication's been a little bit lightly raced the last month, and I think he most probably going to benefit from having a few 500s consistently. That's my only knock on him at the moment. I thought he had enough in his win at Sandown, which was surprising because when he had a few races in a row through the early part of June, he was running through the line quite strong over 500. So he might just need a little bit more racing to really tighten up. But My Name's Evelyn's come back with 4 wins this preparation, and she's grown a leg, so to speak.
It's one of those ones, Fabrication, that little bit of argy-bargy that happened in that race will probably only benefit Fabrication going forward, because that last win he had was in a very weak race at Sandown, and he probably wouldn't have even really known there were any other dogs in the race. So going forward, I certainly would be sticking with Fabrication.
And Ty, just on My Name's Evelyn, we'll see the replay of race 2. We'll see some hustle and bustle, as we heard in the call from James, but as we also heard in the call, they both finished off fine. So fingers crossed there's nothing to report with them, and we see them racing sometime soon. We heard Smithy ask Luke Whelan about the 600 metre capabilities of My Name's Evelyn. Is that something you consider her capable of? Yeah,
definitely. They're great trainers, the Whelans. The industry needs a couple of young blokes in their camp do such a great job with their dogs, and they've got them fit and firing. And the key with the Whelans, they seem to place their dogs really well. So, I just love fourth up here at the Meadows, and she's shown tonight. If she's kept wide, she can have things go against her and still win. Especially that Bendigo race first up, it just had to be seen to be believed. The amount of chase and tenacity she showed. So that's a huge positive going forward.
And the time, Nath, as we heard before, and as you mentioned, Ty, as well, sort of painted the picture of the race. And I'm sure going forward, when you see the 30 and 77, put a line through it. These dogs are better than that. Especially the first couple, I think. I think Zipping Menage, the 30 and 70, most probably indicates that she's most probably